Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you to the witnesses for being here in such an important time. I definitely want to join in on the concerns, well, actually, everybody's made so far, the chair, the ranking member, and Senator Wyden. There's a lot to be done to get ready for this fire season. And the reason why we want to get the issues ironed out, particularly as it relates to COVID, but also as to what are we going to use in the best and greatest technology, is that the National Interagency Fire Center issued the Wildland Potential Outlook for the fire season. And for the state of Washington, and I would say the whole Pacific Northwest, we are in the bullseye of what is likely to be a very challenging fire season. Now, the map shows basically most of the Pacific Northwest, maybe not including Puget Sound, as being the epicenter of this year's fire season. So the only worst map that I think I saw on that is the map that's next to it, and maybe it could be pulled out a little bit, is the 2015 fire season map, and we know that that ended up being one of the worst fire seasons in the history of our state. So those two maps look very similar as it relates to the Northwest being in the epicenter. So we need to get ready. We need to get ready. We need to continue the focus that the legislation that myself and Senator Gardner passed related to technology is used so that we can detect fires earlier. And we need to use the satellite technology that is there and available, but I'm not sure is being processed through the Forest Service. And so I want to know, what is it going to take for us to get that information and technology used? So I guess, Mr. Geisler, I'll start with you. The National Weather Service satellite technology can detect fires at an early stage. And so that's one of the ways, but a very good way for us to find fire starts right away. And Deputy Secretary Phipps and Deputy Assistant Secretary Castor, is the Forest Service and Department of Interior aware of this Weather Service satellite technology and our states using it? Is there something else that the Forest Service needs to take this technology and get it deployed for this fire season? But I can just tell you, those two maps with basically the Pacific Northwest of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana at the epicenter, we already know what happened in 2015. It was horrific. And if that's what we're headed, we need to get this fixed, and we need the best technology to stop fires as soon as they start. So I don't know who can help in jumping in with this satellite technology.
I'm aware of the satellite technology, but I'm not aware of how it's being currently used. There's something that is that we're developing that should be available in the next couple of weeks. It's called Safe Fire, to try to get a better idea on ignition, how much potential an individual fire would have, so we can better triage, putting resources, putting them in the right mix at the right time in the right place to keep the fires that have the potential from getting large. But I will check into the new satellite technology and get back with you.
Senator Cantwell, I will say that is actually a project that's very near and dear to my heart, because the early use of that was actually through the National Severe Storms Lab while I was still state forester in Oklahoma. And it's being used very effectively with the Oklahoma Forest Service right now. It is technology whereby the Weather Service can detect the fires and notify the state fire folks where they're located or where the potential is. And it happens every 5 minutes that they're looking at it. And basically funding towards the National Weather Service to pull this out would probably not be that significant to be able to bring it to bear further across the country. There are other states that are utilizing this technology. And in fact, I believe Colorado is one of those states that has just brought that online.
Thank you. Ms. Castor?
Senator, I'd be happy to get back to you as to DOI's use of the technology, but what I will say is that the department has made it a priority to implement the Dingle Act, which includes other technological requirements for DOI, and we're going to continue to do so.
Well, I just can't emphasize this enough. We know that we're in the bullseye. We know it's coming. We want to be better prepared, and we want the technology to help us put out fires as soon as they start. So, thank you.